Trimming off the hump. So your little pieces that you made off the hump, you can trim directly on the wheel as any other piece, but again, it might be a little hard and time consuming to center small pieces. You can also do this on top of the hump. You should make another hump of clay before you start trimming, and basically you want to adjust the size of your hump so that your piece fits nicely on top and stays still. I'm making that adjustment now, raising the clay up and changing the shape of the top of the hump so that my piece fits really snug on the top like this. Now let's see how this fits. If it's too big, your clay can slide easily. If it's too small, also your piece can be unstable on top. You want to resize the top so it's pretty good. It's a perfect match for your piece to make this happen. That mound was a little too big for my cylinder, so I'll start with this cup to start centering the piece. Tap lightly with your right hand as you hold your left. Sometimes you have to take the piece off completely to readjust the positioning if it doesn't center after you spend a lot of time trying to center it this way. Now, the good thing about this technique is that you can trim all the way to the lip of the piece. Since you don't have any clay attaching the piece to the wheel, let's say if you're doing it on the wheel the normal way, then you generally can't trim all the way to the bottom or to the lip of the piece, but you can see how that's possible now if you're trimming on the hump. The actual techniques for trimming are the same as any other trimming, so let's fast forward. I'm cleaning up the shape on the outside and making the foot on top. Doing another piece, the cylinder, but it was a little too unstable, so I readjusted the size of the hump so it fits nicely, and trimming again. Now you can also hold down slightly with your left hand as you're trimming to give it more stability if it's a little unstable. Just a close-up to show you how my hands are positioned when I'm trimming on the hump. Make sure your two hands are touching each other and that you're bracing your right hand. If you're lefty, your left hand with the other hand to give your hand more stability. And going in from the middle, cutting down with the edge of my tool to make the foot, and trimming is the same as when you normally do it for other pieces on the wheel. Fast forwarding a little bit as I finish trimming. When you're done trimming, then you might need to twist a little bit to take your piece off of the hump and inspect the inside. Sometimes you can have a rough edge from the wet clay sticking to the inside. You just have to smooth it down with your finger, and also inspect the lip of the piece. Okay. So the lip can also be rough. It could also have dug into the hump and maybe there is some clay on top. So in that case, clean it off with a sponge, check your walls, make sure they're nice and smooth, inspect the weight, and you're done.